So Tiger Ambush, go ahead and grab yourself some of this cool merchandise. It will be linked in the description or the comment section. Thank you for the support and enjoy the video. What's up, you guys? This is Tiger Master 360XC. Yay! Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be continuing our conversation about AI art, because I've been seeing kind of like when AI art first came out, it's like a thing, like kind of went viral. A lot of people were talking about it, then it kind of died down. But now it seems like a lot of people are talking about it again. So I want to make a part 2 to the video I was talking about before, because I actually recorded that video a little bit over a month ago, even though I didn't post it right off the bat like I should have, because I just simply never got the chance. All I had to do was make a thumbnail, and I never just sat down and made a thumbnail to post it. This is how busy my life got. And then I had like finals. It was just like, oh my gosh, I need to focus. So it just kind of went in the back burner. But now it's up because the conversations got revitalized. But since then, I have found out or like heard even more things and more opinions about it. So I feel like I should make a part 2 about it. Anyway, if you haven't already, hit a like and subscribe to this channel for interesting topics over speed draw. Turn your notifications so that you know when there's a new post, because YouTube likes to blurt us out and keep us in the background from our subscribers for some reason, which I think is absolutely ridiculous, but that's the game. That is the game. Anyway, AI art. Well, first of all, right now I am drawing a girl version of Pikachu, basically making Pikachu a human. Another video I had made was making the Decidueye into a human, which is also a human girl. So I made Pikachu into a human girl. And I think I had said in that video, if people had liked it a lot, I'll make another Pokemon into a human, but I just like went ahead and did it anyway. I went ahead and made a video anyway. I was just like, you know what, screw it. I like these, so I'm gonna make another video. But unfortunately, for some reason, I didn't record the actual like sketching, inking, basic color, all that type of stuff. I had literally no footage of that, so I just pretty much inserted like the time lapse of this drawing, because Clip Studio Paint records the time lapses while you're drawing it if you select that button. So like hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of where this artwork started and how we got to this point. So a little bit of detail, I decided to kind of add little Pikachu things to it, you know, like made the shirts into stripes, because the way I remember Pikachu, now this is like a Mandela effect or whatever, but the way I remember Pikachu is that he had like a black line on his tail. Even in my head where I imagine Pikachu, there's like a black line on his tail. I remember very young drawing Pikachu, I had a black line on his tail. I don't know where that drawing is, but I always remember Pikachu having that. So like when I found out that Pikachu didn't even have that like blew my mind. So I drew like these little bows for her hair to kind of like be reminiscent of that, and then the stripes on her shirt is kind of like to represent that stripe also. But pretty much other than that, there's not really too much Pikachu-ness. I mean, I feel like I could have did more, but to be honest with you, I didn't really like the way that I had drew it. I feel like it's a little bit too stiff in my opinion, and I kind of just wanted to finish it off. I really do like the Decidueye drawing more because it's a lot more dynamic, but this drawing isn't really dynamic at all. I was trying to make it cutesy, but it didn't really turn out all that cute in my opinion. So I don't know, but the actual topic here is about AI art. So like I saw a creator post, what do you call these? It's almost like a repost trend chain. I think it's like a repost chain where artists are pretty much drawing or putting their artworks in the background, but in the front they're putting like say no to AI art because I've seen two different posts that kind of give information. One girl had posted, I don't know if it's a girl or not. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this person, my bad, because I really don't know their gender. So let me just say this person had posted about how someone had made a whole coloring book. I think it wasn't a coloring book. I think it's like a children's book using AI art, and they did it like in the whole weekend. And that really disturbed me. Like, I don't know, for some reason, like kind of scared me. Like, not in a scare, like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. I feel like there should be more words in the English vocabulary to kind of sort of describe how I feel. But it made me like anxious, like a nervous feeling, like, oh my gosh, we can actually really life be replaced by this. Because like when I see AR art, and I've been noticing over time that AI art is actually getting a lot better. When AI art first started going viral on Instagram, it looked all deformed, and there was like clear differences. Like, oh yeah, that's AI art. Like, if you look at how they did people's like face, whenever they had like a character's face, it'll always have like something weird going on, especially with the nose. But now, especially when people have been putting, what's that program called? Where people have been putting their face into the program, and then it like kind of generates them into like an AI, and without realizing it, that they're actually like stealing people's face and are saying that they have like all the rights over it. I'll insert a clip if I can find it.
For Magic Avatars from Lensa AI, a photo and video editing app with a new viral feature that allows users to upload images of themselves or others, and with the use of artificial intelligence, turn them into this.
I was able to see myself in a light as a creator and as an actress that I'd never seen myself before.
But the avatars aren't the only thing getting people talking. So is number 5 of Lensa's terms of use that says in part, you grant us a perpetual, irrevocable, non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide, fully paid, transferable, sub-licensable license to use, reproduce, modify, distribute, create derivative works of your user content.
In plain terms, if you're a user who wants to use Lensa, you agree that any photographs you give to Lensa, they can use it however they want.
And that has cybersecurity experts concerned.
What is the danger in giving this company your face?
Your face is something that is used to identify you and can unlock your identity around the world online.
I'm like, holy mac and cheese. This is getting kind of creepy. So I feel like when people started putting their faces into the AI system, it started getting a lot better. Or not only that, like the more and more that people have been using the AI system, like it's just been getting better. I don't know if there's probably like the programmers have been tweaking it, but it's also the fact that the program itself is learning. And that makes me very, very nervous about the future of art. So before I continue on with that, to finish off the thing about the person in real life made a whole book, and I think that is crazy. And someone can even, because that's what's going to end up happening, is that there's going to either be stricter laws when it comes to actually being able to self-publish. Like there might be a thing where you're going to have to go through like a company that can kind of like look at your art or whatever before you can actually like publish it. Because if more and more people are making books using AI art, which is using other people's artworks and mashing them together, like that is different. People don't realize that when you draw, even if you're trying to like, let's say you have a reference, and let's say you're like, there was that case years ago where a person had like referenced Ochiko from Boku no Hero Academia or My Hero Academia, and they had gotten a lot of trouble because they literally just like redrew it in a way, but they used, I think, like traditional art or something like that. And people were mad that they didn't give credit to the original artist. And I think that even that artwork like got more likes than the original artwork, and that was a big old thing during the time. But now, like, it's even worse. It's even worse than that, because AI isn't actually like. It's even worse now because like AI art, like when you draw, okay, like Here's the difference. AI art is literally just taking stuff and putting them together, like taking already created art and putting it together. Whereas when people like reference, they're always going to end up adding a little bit of themselves into it. Whereas AI art is already taking something that's already been created. Like it's never going to be human. It's never going to be 100% human. And when you got to think about it, it's going to end up changing. I was talking about this on my Twitch live stream. You could watch me on twitch.tv/the Tiger Master D60XC. But anyway, I was talking about this on my live stream. I was saying how like this is going to literally change the whole idea and view of how artwork should look like. And someone had made a good point, because in my other video I was talking about fast art, right? And how social media is making people come out with art a lot quicker, and it's kind of lowering quality of artworks, like, and the expectations of what you have to draw. And a lot of people are doing more fan art, or they're taking it's not really 100% original anymore, because people have to make it so quick. So they're following a lot of trends, they're following a lot of stuff that people already made, because that's just what it gets. That's what gets likes. That's what gets your business booming. Originality isn't really the thing that makes the money. And you can see that even more with AI art, because obviously that stuff is not 100% original. I mean, I would argue it's not original at all, because it's just literally computer generated art from already created artworks. So what this is going to end up doing is creating a whole new generation of people who have a whole different view of what artwork should look like. Imagine your expectation for artwork is now being compared to a computer that is able to take the best of the best throughout the whole entire world, because the internet is a global thing. So you're not only just taking artworks from, for instance, America, you're taking artworks from Japan, you're taking artworks from Korea, you're taking artworks from England, France, you're taking artworks from Senegal, you're doing Nigeria, the Middle East, from like Iran, Iraq, Israel. There's like, you're taking, based on what I'm trying to say, you're taking art from everywhere, and you're putting this like standard that is pretty much impossible for actual humans to be able to reach. And I'm not saying that humans are incapable, but humans will never be able to be a computer. You understand what I'm saying? Humans won't think like a computer, and you will never be able to replicate like a computer. Therefore, like, the expectation of putting, like, it's no longer a human thing. The way that an AI decides to put certain things is not the same as a human brain would decide to put certain things. That's why I even argue this is different from photoshopping, because photoshopping even adds an aspect of human to an art. It adds an aspect of like there's a difference. An AI is not human, and that's the huge problem, because someone had even made a post that a CEO of a big video game company or whatever was like, they just dropped 2 visual artists because AI art can pretty much take their job. And I'm like, are you serious? That's what makes me frustrated, because I'm like, gosh dog, I feel like I always get to the race late. Here I am trying to make art, and I'm trying to get out there, and I'm trying to grow, and I'm just going to give you a perspective from a smaller artist who doesn't really have big fans and all that type of jazz. Like, you trying to come up, you trying to finally put your artwork out there, and you're trying to get jobs, you're trying to get commissions, you're trying to be a freelancer, or even just, for instance, you want to be a concept artist for a video game company, or you're trying to be an environmental artist, and here comes this AI generated stuff that you literally worked your behind on to try to get to this level of greatness, and you're still struggling. You don't have the accolades, you don't have all these companies that you worked for in the past, or these big people you worked for in the past. You're still trying to come up, and here you get faced with this huge adversary called AI art that's taking people's jobs. How the heck are you supposed to be motivated artists? How in the world are you supposed to sit there and be like, you know what, I still want to do this? Even you can't even prove it. I think I said in my other video, I was like, okay, what are people going to have to do? You're going to have to like start posting concept art. You're going to have to start posting speed draws. Well, apparently AI art can actually make concept art or like work in progress for artworks. So now you can't even tell you're the work in progress whether or not somebody had drew this, because they can make sketches and show all the little steps that it took to get to the final product, and they actually didn't do it at all. That is insane. So let's say that you were working or you were trying to apply for a company. Somebody can literally apply for a company and just use AI art, and they would never know. They would actually think you're doing it. So now, like I said before, what's going to end up happening is that company is going to probably be like, well, you're going to have to post like speed draws of you making artworks. Like imagine you trying to work for a company, you trying to get paid, and someone's over here just typing stuff into a program, and they're making the same amount of money you're making while you're over here cranking hours upon hours on an illustration. Imagine them making more than you because they can create artwork that a human would never even think of. And they're taking extraordinary artworks from throughout the world and compiling them together. That raises the bar way too high and is making it way too unrealistic. And it's going to create a generation of people who expect art to look a certain way. What I mean by this is that every single generation, there's a certain type of art style that basically predominates that generation. What's going to end up happening is in the next generation is that AI art is going to become that predominant look. Therefore, artists are going to have to end up drawing like a computer. You're going to have to end up drawing up to that standard. And if they don't reach that standard because of general masses do not know the difference between AI art and regular art. They're over here promoting it. They're sharing it. They're making fan pages with AI art, nothing but AI art. And I'm over here looking at some good. I saw this one artwork. I was like, oh, this is really good. And then I go to their page, and it was like a lot of different artworks. And I was like, I think this is AI generated, and I can't really tell. It's the scary part about it. As an artist, I usually, like I said before, I could tell before, but now I'm having even a harder time being able to tell. And then now I'm like, I can't even follow a page if I don't see a speed draw, because I'm dead serious. I can't even follow your page if I don't see you posting a speed draw, because I can't trust your stuff. How am I supposed to really know that you actually drew this stuff? I don't want to see work in progress. I want to see a speed draw. If I don't see no speed draw, if you're working on that artwork, I can't follow you, because I just feel like I cannot, as an artist, support nobody who makes AI art. I cannot do it. So that, just imagine companies and how they're feeling, and then it's even more loss of a job, because people are going to be like, oh, well, I could just create what I really want through AI art, and I could create something that's even more extraordinary than a human would create. So like I said, it's going to create a generation of where people think that this is what art is supposed to look like, and it's going to create a way to where people have to end up thinking a certain way to mimic a computer in order to get the general mass to actually like their art. That raises the bar way too doggone high. Just a disclaimer, I do not want nobody putting my art into no AI, computer, or nothing. Like when it first came out, I was interested in trying it out, because I was like, oh yeah, this is a great tool to help me to work on my backgrounds, because I'm not the greatest background artist. And then I see how the more and more people are feeding into this AI system, the better and better it's getting, and how it's taking people's stuff, and I'm just and people are actually using it in the wrong way. It's imagine a regular artist, you're not going to be able to make no children's book in a weekend. I don't care how good you are. Not in no 1-2 days, but now people are doing that to where they're completing entire children's books. Imagine going on Upwork and you trying to compete against somebody who's a skilled AI artist because they just know how to type in keywords. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some people who create better AI art because they know how to put in better keywords. Imagine you over here putting in your cover letter, and then somebody over here with a whole portfolio of nothing but AI art, and they end up stealing a business. And then they can get that job done quick as heck. And you know what I'm saying? All of this. And then companies like I said before, with that video game company, they're realizing that, hey, they can save some money by just using AI art. So what's crazy is that the whole stereotype with artists was that artists were starving, and then the internet came about, and the big boom in the internet. I really feel the big boom really came out in 2010. People really started being able to monetize their art and get somewhere. And guess what? That age is beginning to end. It's just beginning to end where people can just can really make a living off of art. I really feel it's been starting to end since Instagram changed their algorithm since YouTube changed their algorithm, since Twitter got weird as heck. Like when these social medias, I feel like they all changed like the algorithm around the same time and made it really, really hard for organic growth. Same with Facebook. Organic growth basically died out. Once they did that, they killed a lot of people, a lot of artists' ability to get their artworks out there, especially with the Deviant art. Like Deviant art was like another place where people could do it. Now it's like you barely surviving on this new Instagram algorithm where you have to make reels all the time, and TikTok you have to literally make videos all the time. And here comes AI art. Oh my goodness. Watch. The next thing they're going to start doing is making AI speed draws. It's just going to kill everybody. So now, like somebody has said, I think it was Idol, and he has said to where now people going to end up like only posting their artwork if they get paid. Because like that way you can keep from people stealing it. Or it's going to be like people going to start really using Patreon again. I really can see that. People going to really start using Patreon again to put their real artwork out there. And that's what I'm thinking of doing. I thought I was doing that anyway. Where like I'm not going to post like my final artworks anymore as like a post. Like it's, you only can see my final artworks on Patreon, because that, I mean, people could still steal that and use it, but at least like you're keeping it away from the general person, because the general person ain't gonna pay. I'm just saying, general person ain't gonna pay that money. So I mean, this conversation can go on and on and on. There was like even a person on Twitter who had taken a picture of a person at a freaking anime convention. Now you like, anime conventions are being filled, and you know anime conventions are filled with general people. Like most people who purchase stuff are not artists. Most people who purchase stuff are consumers, and they go ahead and go to an anime convention because like you could even see this with people just printing out stolen artworks. They literally just go to Walgreens or Walmart and just print out stolen artwork and start selling it, and people buy it. I personally can't do it because I'm an artist, and I feel like, oh my gosh, I would absolutely hate it if somebody did that and like putting out my artwork. But people do it at anime conventions. They're not really, some anime conventions are not heavily monitored like that. And now you have to even watch out for AI artists. And it was like a huge disclaimer like they had for their booth saying about AI art, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, y'all, people are literally making money off of this stuff. I'm over here chucking hours upon hours on an artwork, and somebody chucking a couple of minutes on some AI art. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. It really discourages me. I ain't gonna even lie to you. It's making me discouraged. It's making me discouraged. Like social media, and this is like, I guess, jumping into like my general thoughts, man. Like social media in general is so hard to grow on. I have been on social media since I think like 2016. I started on DeviantArt, and DeviantArt was so hard to grow on. Oh my goodness. I'm talking about people were using llamas and llamas to people's pages so they could just pop up on there. People were having groups where you post your artwork in there and then everybody got comment on it. People were doing comment for comment and follow for follow. Oh my gosh. And then like I got on Instagram, and I like started getting track on Instagram. And the second I started really growing on Instagram, bam, they changed that algorithm from chronological, and like I've been trying to get back on my feet. YouTube, I just now finally started getting some followers. I've been on 112 followers for like the last pretty much like 4 or 5 years I've been on YouTube. And now all of a sudden I finally got to 120, but I think I'm at 119 right now. Like somebody unfollowed me. I was like, dang, man. And I'm just saying this from like a small artist perspective. Like it's so hard. It is so hard as an artist to get somewhere. Like I get my commissions here and there, bro, but it's like hard as heck. And then you're gonna throw in some AI art to steal even more business. Like it's still in business from the really, really good artists. I'm talking about a really, really good artist. People having their art used as album covers and stuff. Oh my gosh. You don't even need to commission nobody no more. You just steal somebody's art and put it into an AI system so it looks slightly different. Woo! Lord in Christ. Anyway, drop your comment, like drop your opinions in the comment section. What you think about AI art and what do you think about the future of art, because I don't see no good future in art. I do not. Like it's gonna become a thing where people are not even gonna want to post on social media anymore because they fear their art getting stolen. And then we're just gonna be back to like starving artists, where it's gonna be hard for people to really make a living like that off of art. It's gonna be harder because like a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of the money that comes from art is from doing commissions, from doing those freelance works and doing projects. That's pretty much what an artist does. If you're an illustrator, at least, like, and people are literally getting their jobs lost to an AI. Oh my gosh! So drop your your opinion in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. I just say comment like twice, but give me a like and subscribe. If you like these type of videos, if you have some other topics you would like for me to talk about, put it in the comments. And man, I don't know how to feel. I feel like it's just talking about this made me feel really sad. Somebody boost my mood in the comments, please. Like, oh my goodness, because it makes me sad that this is a growing thing. And I don't even know if like the government's gonna get involved or something. Like, if they're gonna put like copyright laws, and then when they put in copyright laws, it's gonna make it harder for regular artists to post, because you're gonna have to get your stuff copyrighted. Imagine like they put a copyright law where like everybody gotta put their art in like a get copyrighted before they can post it or something. Like, oh my goodness, how much money people are going to end up having to shell out just to get their artwork out there. I need a solution. But anyway, guess I'll see you guys later on, maybe a week or two from now, and hopefully it's a bit lighter mood, because like goodness, is talking about this made me sad. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye. But anyway, AI art is this new rising thing where basically you could type in some keywords and an AI will search through the scopes of the internet and find a whole bunch of different artworks that kind of sort of fit that description you gave and create a new art. It has come up with some